What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. So, if you are an Apple fan, then this video is for you. If you are not an Apple fan, well, you can leave if you really want. But we are going to talk about Apple's recent event that they had. This event was basically to announce their next line of products, you know, the next iPhone, maybe the next iPads and Macs and everything else. And so they just had their event, and so I just wanted to go through a quick breakdown of kind of what was announced and just give you a little heads up on this coming year for Apple. So, we're going to start with the Apple TV. They're coming out with a brand new Apple TV called Apple TV 4K. It is finally the first Apple TV that is going to be in 4K, and they upped themselves having 4K and HDR. HDR basically is just brightening the colors, making them more vibrant, and it's darkening the dark colors, the blacks, making them more darker and to contrast with the colors. So, you know, that's exciting. It is, and it comes at $179.99. It'll be $179.99. That's not horrible for an Apple TV. I feel like previous generations, they've started at like $399.99. So, I mean, this really isn't horrible for a 4K Apple TV. But, you know, you pick and choose. Next, they talked about the next generation of Apple Watches. This is the Apple Watch Series 3. The big thing to stand out for these this year is the Apple Watch has cellular now. Now, what's interesting about these is the cellular is actually built into the screen. So there's no extra band, there's no extra width to the Apple Watch to add that. It is just built into the screen. So basically what this means is now you don't have to have your phone. You can go to work, or you can go out into the middle of the ocean and leave your phone somewhere and still be able to make calls, answer calls, send texts, whatever you want to do, because now your Apple Watch has basically become your phone, which is actually really, really cool. Along with those, they've obviously made a better processor, so it's faster, and they've added this and that, and you know, but what's awesome is, even though with all these new features into it, the Apple Watch is still the same width as the Apple Watch Series 2. So it has not gotten any bigger from the Series 2 to the Series 3. So that's kind of what was announced for the Apple Watch. Now, the iPhone is obviously usually the biggest thing of these events. So, iPhone. What happened here? We got the announcement of the iPhone 8. Now, this phone honestly should have been called the iPhone 7S, because honestly there are a huge amount of upgrades in this phone from the 7. It looks just like the 7, just with a new color. There is a all gold color. It's like a gold finish is what they're saying. And, you know, it looks really cool, and, you know, obviously it's going to be faster because they have the A11 Bionic chip inside of this phone now, so that's just gonna power through everything now. But honestly, it just, you know, it has the same cameras and everything, and so I don't know, this really should have just been the iPhone 7S, but they're calling it the iPhone 8. You know, whatever. So the iPhone's, wow, see? The iPhone 8 is starting at $699, and then once you get the plus size, it's $799. There's only 2 storage options available. There's the 64, and then there's the 256 gigabyte version that you can decide out of those. Once you decide what size of phone you want, you have to decide what size of phone you want. It's, yeah, you know, technology is confusing sometimes. But the biggest thing of this event, okay, hold up. The iPhone X, which is actually named the iPhone 10. The X is just the Roman numeral number for 10, so, you know, they thought they were being being clever, you know. They kind of were, but they... So the iPhone 10. This thing is quote-unquote game changer for Apple. They have completely taken away the home button. It's just gone, you know. They took out our headphone jack. Now they're taking out our home button. What's next? They're gonna take out the charging port. So how are we gonna charge our phone? You know, because they're already kind of going that route. So the iPhone 10, it is a complete screen, bezel to bezel. It looks beautiful how it interacts because it is the entire screen just takes up the entire phone. But without the home button, you have to learn how to be a gesture pro. So to go home now, you swipe up from anywhere you are, and to access Control Center, you swipe from the top and go down. Which, you know, it's cool, but it's gonna take some getting used to. But so there's no home button. How do you unlock your phone? Well, you can obviously not have a passcode and just swipe up. You can just have a passcode and put that in, you know. But there is also now a feature called Face ID. So what it does is it has 30,000 different pixel dots that scan your face when you are first doing it. And basically, you hold the phone up, look at it, and it opens for you. Now, they said that they played around with this a long time so that if you have your eyes closed, it's not going to open. If you have your head slightly turned, it's not going to open. But also so that people can't just take a picture of you and use that to unlock your phone. They have played and tested and made sure that it knows that the face it's scanning is a living, breathing face. They even went to Hollywood and got those really amazing Hollywood masks and made sure it knew that that was not a real face and everything. And plus, it knows if you grow a beard, if you put on glasses, if you have a hat, if you put on a coat with a hood, it will register your face still, even if you change features. So then to activate Siri, you can still do the Hey Siri. I'm sorry if I just activated anyone's phone. Or you can also just hold the power button on the side. It will now activate Siri for you. Now on the back of the phone, the camera is now horizontal. It is not vertical anymore. It is horizontal. Which, you know, it's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I forgot to mention though, both the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8 is all glass once again. The front and the back is glass. And they are saying they use the most durable glass ever in a phone. So hopefully it is. They announced one more thing. They are starting to go wireless charging. For me personally, this doesn't seem like wireless charging. They have a pad that you can put your iPhone, your Apple Watch, and your AirPods down, and it will charge them all at the same time. You know, it looks cool, but the thing is first of all, it's not really wireless charging if you have to leave your device somewhere, because that's technically the same thing as plugging it in. You know, it's almost taking away from the effect, because you have to have the device on the pad. You can't be using your device while it's charging, you know? So, I don't know, I feel like that's really useless, and it's not really wireless charging, but, you know, do as you will. I forgot to mention that the iPhone 10 starts at $999. It is a $1,000 phone. So, if I were you, I would maybe consider that and don't just jump the gun. But the phone looks beautiful, but the price does not at all. So that is basically everything that was announced at this last Apple event. It was held at the Steve Jobs Theater, which is the first time any event has happened in that new building. And they opened up the event with a great quote from Steve Jobs himself saying it. And, you know, it was really cool. You know, this marks 10 years since the iPhone was originally unveiled, announced, and released. And so I think they did a really cool kind of throwback to Steve Jobs, you know. And I mean, I hope he's proud with where Apple's gone. I personally am loving where Apple's going. I just hope that we still have our device in another like 5 years, you know, or are they just gonna take that away? Because, you know, Apple seems to be liking to take things away from their devices. Which I know, you gotta take some things away to add new changes, I get it. But I'm sorry, just the headphone jack was just a little too much. I can get the home button being gone, but the headphone jack I will never get used to. I mean, I don't have an iPhone 7 yet. Me personally, I have the iPhone SE. If you don't know what that is, it is basically an iPhone 6S in a 5S body. Look it up. So I haven't had to experience this yet, but I have friends who have the iPhone 7, and I've watched so many videos of people having it, and I mean, I'm sure you adapt and you get used to it, but that's just gonna be a big change once I get there. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you're gonna order any of Apple's new products, if you are excited for Apple's new products, or if you're not. Let me know your concerns down there too, because, you know, I love Apple, but I unfortunately am not going to be purchasing any of Apple's latest announcements, because I just barely got my Apple Watch a few months ago, and there is no need to go to the Series 3 right now, and my iPhone SE is working perfectly, so again, there is no need to get a new phone. And then I have my iPad mini 4, and I just don't want a full-size iPad, or the Big Pro. So, and my iPad's working perfectly fine too, so until they announce an iPad mini 5, I am okay with my iPad mini 4. There are so many, like, iPad 4 mini 5, I'm getting confused here, guys. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, smash that thumbs up button. See what I did there? And if you're new here, press the subscribe button down below. It is right there by the thumbs up button. And until next time, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye!